Hi, my name is Tony King. In this particular assignment, I'm going to talk about persuasion. The book defines persuasion as a way of influencing or a form of influencing. It's the way that we get others to do what we want them to do without exactly telling them what to do. The book also talks about the 6 steps of persuasion, which includes the following: understanding others' motivation and needs, establishing credibility, frame for common ground, engaging in joint problem solving, support preferred outcome with logic and reasoning, reinforce with appeal to emotions and basic instincts. Let's talk about what this looks like in a personal situation, which I've had an opportunity to observe over the weekend between my niece and my mother. So here's the situation. My niece just learned how to text. My 6-year-old niece just learned how to text using my mom's cell phone. So she decided over the weekend to send a couple of texts and then hide the phone from my mother. Before it was time for my mother to leave, she realized that her cell phone was missing, and she knew exactly who had it. It was my niece, and my mom knew that. And so let's talk about the conclusion of how my mom got her phone back using persuasion. So, my mother is very good at reading people and knowing exactly what makes them tick. This technique is talked about on page 165 of the book. In an instant, my mother realized exactly what was the most valuable thing to my niece, and it's her Nintendo 3DS. In the words of my niece, she can't live without it. This is the first step of persuasion. So, with the second and third step of establishing credibility, my mom realizes that she has a great relationship with my niece. She's seen as the expert of all things. My niece feels like she knows everything about everything. In this fourth and fifth step, my mother makes a very valuable statement and clever statement, I might say, that initiates joint problem solving between the two of them. She says, instead of punishing her, I'll just take her Nintendo 3DS and she'll keep the cell phone. That's an even trade, right? So it was more of a negotiation and also persuasion. So we all know how this story is going to end. After initiating the joint problem solving technique that my mom so cleverly did, my niece decided, let me get this cell phone so I can be sure to be able to play with my Nintendo 3DS in the future. Persuasion happens all around us. In our personal life, this happens with our kids, our spouses, and other family members, or even friends. In our work life, this happens between employees as well as other joint partners that we work with. The goal of persuasion is to influence the outcome of the situation by persuading the other person and not necessarily telling them exactly what to do.